video. Today we're making pot roast pork and we're using a pork leg. And for the ingredients that we're using for the pork leg, we have nutmeg, cinnamon leaf or pimento seed, otherwise known as allspice. We have some browning, we have our cloves, some complete seasoning or green seasoning. We also have garlic powder, onion powder, paprika mainly for color. I'm going to use a little Walker's Wood Jerk seasoning, some olive oil, some adobo all-purpose, and I'm also going to use some of the pepper seeds. I'm going to make some cut or some incision in the pork. So because it's a thin cut of meat, we want to get some slice in there so we can have the season go inside of the pork. I'm going to add some olive oil. All over the meat. So we're going to use some jerk, a little jerk season, not too much. A little green seasoning. So we're going to do the all-purpose. This I want to have the salt, so we're going to use a generous amount of salt on it. This is going to get a nice color. So this is the paprika. I'm going in with some onion powder, garlic powder, I'm going to use some of this complete seasoning. I'm going to add a touch of browning because I don't want it to be too black. Gonna add some nutmeg to the spices. So I'm gonna add some pimento seed, crushed pimento seed. So just gonna get this all over the pork. You can either put this in a basin, cover it up, or we can put it in a bag, tie it up, and make it marinate. So you know, so me want something done in them hole. This is a brand new day and it's 7:31 in the morning. It's Sunday morning. What I did next was added some ginger. I also add some cinnamon leaf and Scotch bonnet pepper. So we're gonna add some oil to our Dutch pot. So once the oil hot, we're gonna drop the pork in the oil. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. While the pork on the stove, I do things, I'll cut up some seasoning. So I'm gonna do a lot of onion. Some bell pepper, red bell pepper. So I have a piece of rosemary, some thyme, some scallion, some onion, bell pepper. Right here. I'm gonna add a piece of pepper to it also. And not too much because we have a lot of pepper. Yeah, so we're just using the skin of the pepper. So this depends on how you like your spice. So when you taste the pork, after it's almost done, then you can adjust. Also gonna use some tomato paste. I'm gonna look if I find any tomato because I might need to put a tomato in it, but I'm using tomato paste. If there's anything else, I'll let you guys know. So let's turn the pork again. So I want to get this part in the oil. So I did went ahead and find a tomato, so I'm gonna add that to the list of seasoning. So I run in on the pork again. I want to get it on this side. So each side get about 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. Then you flip. So maybe just try to get the other side, just a little. So this is why I say I might have to hold it up. Alright. So now we're gonna take it out. I'm gonna rest it back in the basin that I season it in. We're just gonna rest this aside. To this pot, I'm gonna add the onion, the tomato, the scallion, the thyme, the rosemary. I'm just gonna save the bell pepper and the top part of the I'm gonna add my tomato paste to this. I don't like ketchup, so ketchup and tomato paste is not the same. It's not the same. But if you rather ketchup or you only have ketchup, you can use that. This is just gonna give it a rich flavor, so that's why I'm adding it to the pot. So we're just gonna saute this for maybe 30 seconds and then we'll add some liquid. 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to add some chicken stock. Go off the amount. I'm just gonna allow this to boil. Once it starts boiling, then I'm gonna place the pork on top of the seasoning. The sauce is nice and ready for the pork. I'm just gonna add it to it. All right. I'm just gonna cover that. We're gonna keep this on medium heat. This point you have to pay attention to the pot because each time the water dries down, we're gonna pour water to it, and we don't pour a lot of water. So we gotta watch it keenly, and we're gonna pour hot water in the pot when we're adding water to the pot. So let's go in now and turn that meat. Just stay with me. It's not gonna cover too tight in about. I rock it the same way. Yeah, so we're checking on it again. It's going, it's going. So I'm gonna turn it on the side. And we're gonna cover that here. So I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna use a foil paper. You're just slow cooking this. If it needs water, you add a little water. It will, because you're slow cooking it, it's gonna make its own water, so you don't have to put water if it is not needed. So you pay attention to the pot, keep it on low to medium heat somewhere there, and you just stay in your kitchen. All right, so we're going again. What I'm gonna try and do is cut this part off, because this will give me a little trouble to deal with. So I'm gonna just cut it off. Right, and just add it to the pot. So I'm just gonna turn it on that side so that the part can get some of the niceness. Doesn't that look good? Cover it and let it do its thing again. So let's see what the pork are going with for now. Alright, so the pork. Just so now cut into the pork so you can see. Oops. I'm gonna go in with my scallion. And my bell peppers. And this I just to make the dish look fancy. So guys, the pork finish. This is the finished product. So we can either baste the inside of the pork. Alright, so this is the finished product of the pork. So it's just two people